Thank you very much for the opportunity to participate in this event. My name is Luis Carlos Carabedo, partner of Díez Casayerro Abogados, from the Lima office in Peru. In Peru, we are Díez Casayerro Abogados, a law firm with 3 offices strategically located in Lima, the capital city, and on the northern and southern borders in the cities of Piura and Tacna. We are a full-service law firm with a team of 120 professionals led by a specialist partner with proven track record and experience. Our development has been organic, based on solid values, trust, commitment, and genuine relationships. Our country is among the 7 most diverse countries on the planet for its variety of ecosystems, species, and great cultural tradition in 24 regions, 38 unique ecosystems, 28 of the 32 climates that exist in the world are found in different areas of Peru, which creates natural habitats for thousands of species of flora and fauna and a large amount of natural resources. Peru maintains an active policy of trade tradition, integration with the world, and as part of its long-term trade strategy seeks to consolidate markets for Peruvian products in order to develop a competitive export supply that generates more and better jobs. Through several integration arrangements, access has been secured to important expanded markets, to which investors who establish themselves in the country will be able to gain access. It is important to note that Peru is a founding member of the World Trade Organization and a full member of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC. At the Latin American level, in the Andean Community of Nations, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and in the framework of the Latin American Integration, ALADI, we have signed an economic complementation agreement with Mercosur. On March the 1st of the year 2010, the free trade agreement between Peru and China come into force, which has facilitated investment in our country by around $38.8 billion. Chinese companies with significant investment in Peru are Aluminium Corporation for China, MMG Limited, Shogun, Costco Shipping Port, Shanghai Southern Power Grid, and Janssen Power. When a company decides to invest in Peru, particularly in key sectors like mining, agriculture, oil, or fishing, it must be understood that compliance with basic legal requirements is just the beginning. Depending on the industry, obtaining specific licenses and permits is necessary, and this process can often be long and complex. Depending on the region, especially in rural areas, as in many other Latin American countries, companies are required to implement social plans in order to generate acceptance among the local population. This is a very common strategy in mining and oil projects where the goal is to obtain what is known as a social license from rural communities, an informal but essential approval that allows projects to move forward without major resistance. In an effort to attract both domestic and foreign investment, the Peruvian government created PROINVERSIÓN, an agency especially designed to promote and facilitate investment opportunities across the country. At the same time, Peru does not have general prices regulation, except in cases of price collusion that harm consumers. This means companies operate in a largely free market environment. However, that doesn't mean they're free from challenges. Today, some Chinese companies in Peru are facing major social and environmental issues. These include protests and roadblocks by local communities demanding environmental compensation or job opportunities. There are also growing concerns about environmental damage, such as pollution affecting ecosystems, tourism, and marine life. One of the key challenges, therefore, is to reverse the negative perceptions surrounding environmental impacts. But this is also a powerful opportunity. By adopting sustainable standards and a proactive community engagement, companies can build long-term trust and ensure that continuity of their operation. Already, many companies have established community relations offices, whose main goal is to engage with rural population, understanding their culture, and build meaningful relationships through ongoing dialogue and mutual understanding. In fact, the creation and implementation of community relation plans has become a critical part of project development in Peru. These strategies are no longer optional, they are essential. Lastly, it's important to mention that many rural areas still lack adequate infrastructure, often due to underinvestment by local governments. To help address this, Peru introduced the Works for Taxes system, which allows companies to invest directly in public infrastructure such as healthcare, education, or transportation, and deduct those investments from their taxes. This innovative mechanism has proven success in reducing social tension and improving quality of life in underserved communities. There is no specific challenges for Chinese investment, different from those for any Peruvian or foreign investment. Peruvian law grants foreign investors equal treatment and the freedom to remit profits and capital. However, to fully access these rights, you must register your investment with PROINVERSIÓN. It means Government Invest Agency, to access additional benefits such as a legal certainty for profit repatriation, legal sustainability agreements, and easier entry into public-private projects banking. However, a first challenge is complying with regulations related to permits, mainly sector-specific, for example, mining, oil, or telecommunications concessions. That is, depending on the activity to be carried out and whether it is a regular activity or not. A second challenge is complying with labor regulations. While general legislation is very flexible, court rulings are not. The cost of formal workers implies an additional expenses of approximately 50%. It is important to highlight that the court is making the labor regime stricter than less beneficial than laws that regulate. In regarding competition regulation and market control, the Peruvian state guarantees that the market is regulated by rules of supply and demand. It means in Peru we have a free market. It has created a regulatory agency exclusively for public and regulated service with the aim of ensuring compliance with free market rules. In this regard, we have government agencies that regulate the sectors of electricity, hydrocarbons, mining, transportation, infrastructure, concession, banking, and insurance. For the market issues, we have the Institute of Defense of Competition and Protection of Intellectual Property, which is in charge to taking care and defense of free competition and consumer protection, investigate and sanction anti-competitive practice, cartels of dominant position, misleading advertisement, among others, and exercises prior control over mergers and acquisition that exceeds legal thresholds, protects consumer rights, complaints advertising quality. So, since 2031, Peru enforces mandatory merger control under law if your company plans to acquire a merger with a Peruvian firm and combined revenues or assets exceed a legal threshold, approx. $1.5 billion, your notification in the INDECOPI is mandatory. The transaction cannot be closed without approval. This means legal and economic analysis is needed before negotiations close. INDECOPI may impose conditions or prohibit deals that reduce market competition. I cannot fail to mention the tax administration is reasonless with tax collection. However, the treatment is the same for all companies, paying more attention to those with higher incomes. There is an abundance of regulation that makes it essential to have expert or highly specialized advice.